Well, at least I gave you the over in the Super Bowl. That was an easy winner. 23-11 free pick run, football and basketball combined, hitting 6 of my final 7 NFL playoff freebies as we head into your Monday card with a free selection on the Celtics-Charlotte game coming up in just a moment. So let's quickly recap the Super Bowl. It was a loser. I mean, does anything else really matter? I mean, let's face it. I had the Steelers yesterday. Steelers down big early. We were just fortunate to be in the position late in the game to maybe get the push because we bought the insurance up to 3 points. Unfortunately, the Packers kicked the field goal. I was personally hoping they'd go in for the touchdown, figuring then they'd be up 10. The Steelers would get the meaningless touchdown against the prevent defense. You see that happen every time, right? And then maybe we'd walk away with a push. But the bottom line, it's a loser, loser, loser. Watching that game yesterday was kind of like watching a NASCAR race. It was like watching, the NASCAR race. You do that mainly because you're always waiting for the next collision, the next big accident. Well, that's what it was like watching the Steelers yesterday. You were waiting for the next time they would drive to commit a turnover to shoot themselves in the foot. Now, yesterday, for me, as you may recall, I told you yesterday on the video report that, I think the biggest mistake gamblers make is they make the Super Bowl the biggest play of the year just because it's the biggest game of the year. For me, yesterday, it wasn't my biggest play. As you know, those are 30-dime releases, of which I'm a perfect 6-0 the past 3 years. It was a 20-dime play. Now, yes, that is still a substantial play. It's my second biggest play of the year. But as I told you, I was 3-0 this season with the 20-dime plays, cashing with Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl against TCU. Then also with the Ravens over Kansas City in the wild card round, and those Steelers against the Jets in the conference championship. So, hey, I lost it. 3-1 finish with the 20-dime plays on the course of the season. 2-0 sweep with the NFL 30-dimers. Hit the only 30-dimer in college football as well with Auburn in your national title game against Oregon. Still, it was a losing day, and that's what basically really sucks. Many times here on this video report, I tell you about handicappers that are red hot for good reason. I like to play traffic cop, like to point you in certain directions for guys that have big plays. But I would be remiss if I didn't point out there were a couple guys yesterday that lost. Some of them are on the sites that you're watching this video on. Others aren't. This video goes out to over 16 sites. Anthony Redd yesterday, first ever 200-dime play in his career. Steelers, loser, part of an 0-3 day. Also lost 50-dime plays on the Orlando Magic and 50-dime play as well on the under in the game. So, you talk about a burial yesterday for A-Red. Chris Jordan. Now, here's interesting. Yesterday had his first 2,000-star play of the season. It was on the under. That was a loser. Also had a 1,000-star play on the Steelers. Naturally a loser. So, did he lose 3,300 units of profit yesterday? Yes, he did. Which means that over the past 5 years, he's still up over 28,000, nearly 29,000 units of profit. There's a guy who was playing with the bookmakers' money. I think his customers last year, 15,500 units net profit for the year. So again, when you have the bankroll, you can take shots. And if you don't take shots when you have the accumulated bankroll, you simply can't compound your interest, shall we say, if this was a financial market. That's how you make your bankroll even bigger. Steve Budin, who I do the football show with during the season, yesterday he had that Philadelphia crew, had a 50-dime play on the Steelers, which was a loser. But then again, they went 4-2 in college football this season. They were 2-0 in the NFL, both 25-dime winners. So they finished in the NFL minus 15 dimes because that was also minus $1.30, as that crew recommended, or Steve recommended that you buy up to 3 points in that play. But for the week, Thursday night, he had an NBA crew that hit a winner with the Miami Heat over Orlando. Saturday, he had a college basketball crew, which cashed in with Missouri over Colorado. So, 3 plays this week, went 2-1, net loss 15 dimes. Not astronomical, you know what I mean? So it all depends, of course, when you came on the bandwagon. But again, I wanted to point out, there are some guys that win, some guys that lose. I want to give you the good and the bad here on the video reports. Kudos going out to Craig Davis. I think he had a 100-dime winner on the Green Bay Packers. But truth be told, Craig has been in an awful slump for about the past 6 weeks, right? With major plays. So he was certainly due. Congratulations going out to Joel Tyson. I think he had a 40-dime winner on the Packers yesterday, so congrats to him. Stephen Nover, small play yesterday. yesterday, but he had another winning NFL season. That's 17 out of 18 winning NFL seasons now in his career, so congratulations to Steven. Let's get to your free pick here. I'm going to go with the Charlotte Bobcats plus the 4.5 points tonight at home against the Celtics, who are playing their third game in 4 days. They're coming off an emotional win against Orlando yesterday at home, 91-80. That was preceded by Friday's home loss, 101-97 to the Dallas Mavericks. Now, it is true the Celtics have absolutely owned this series, winning 6 in a row in 18 of the last 23 meetings, and it's also true that the Bobcats are struggling. They're 1-4 against are 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games, losing to Dallas, in fact, in their last home game, 101-92, and prior to that, losing to the Miami Heat as well at home, 109-97. So 2 big step-up games for the Bobcats. They failed to deliver in each one of them, but I like them to bounce back here tonight because they are now on the outside looking in when it comes to the NBA playoff races, 1 game behind Indiana, a suddenly resurgent Pacers team that is, I think, 4-0 since they fired Jim O'Brien. And it's also a little bit of payback because they had their worst game of the season when these two met December 11th with the Celtics rolling 93-62. I think you get an aging team coming off a big win and a letdown spot tonight against a desperate team, and that's why I'm grabbing the 4.5 with the Bobcats. Good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Tuesday.